Hello, I just want to make a quick video going through the syllabus, maybe expanding on a few things or clarifying a few things before we get started. I'll try to keep my remarks brief, and we'll get started with books 1 through 3 of Plato's Republic this week. I am Dan Toohey, and I'll be your instructor. This is the human person. And my contact information is there on the syllabus, my emails and my cell phone number, and I would encourage you to contact me whenever you have any questions or just want to talk about the course. If you would like to explore some ideas about text or the paper you're going to write, or problems you're having, feel free to contact me. We have 3 texts that we'll be reading: Plato's Republic, Soren Kierkegaard's The Sickness Unto Death, and then finally Jean-Paul Sartre's essay, Existentialism is a Humanism. So there are 2 books to buy, The Republic and The Sickness Unto Death. The Sartre essay is posted online in electronic form in the Week 7 folder or learning module, so you don't need to buy that. I've gotten a couple of questions about the suitability of different editions, which would mean different translations, actually, of The Republic and The Sickness Unto Death. I would highly recommend that you get the editions that I'm using. It would make it much simpler, since you would have different page numbers and different translations for perhaps key sections of the text that we'll be focusing on. So please get the Hackett Publishing edition of The Republic and the Penguin edition of Kierkegaard's Sickness Unto Death. That's just really, really, I would say, very important. The content of the course, well, that'll emerge gradually. Suffice to say that this is a class in the philosophy of human nature, and that what we're doing is asking basic questions about who we are as human beings, what it means to be a human being. There's no definite philosophical method that we'll be using. Philosophy is basically asking questions and trying to dig as deeply as possible into the truth, and in this case, it's the truth about ourselves. And my idea as a teacher is that it's almost always better when we do philosophy to use texts that are, first of all, great. And these texts are all great, especially The Republic and The Sickness Unto Death, and to read them in depth and to use them as a way of exploring the topic. That is my way of doing it, and I've tried to transfer that onto the online format, and that really accounts for why there are so many videos posted of me talking into this camera. Those videos are meant to a certain extent, recreate, unfortunately in a one-sided way, since I'm just talking into a camera and I'm not talking directly to you, but to recreate the classroom experience of reading these texts. And I think that these texts are difficult texts. They're not unreadable. They're readable and understandable for you. But that, it was my responsibility to help you along with those readings as much as I could, and that accounts for the videos and also the number of videos which are meant to supplement, to enrich, to help you with your reading of those texts. So this is an online course, this is an accelerated course, 8 weeks, and this is a summer course, which means that we have 3 obstacles at least to overcome. Online courses require you to be self-motivated, to be mature in the way that you approach it, and to be your own boss. That is, you have to work steadily. You have to put a good effort into it week by week. Do all the assignments. Really give the readings a good try, and you have to do all that without anybody looking over your shoulder or encouraging you in person. So what I'm assuming is that everybody who's taking this class has that level of maturity as a student, and also has the basic computer skills to be able to do it, which are pretty minimal. I mean, you have to be able to log on to the website, you have to be able to manipulate YouTube videos, just really easy. There's links to everything. The most challenging task will be the WIMDA sessions, but that's not really that hard either. Believe me, I'm an absolute newcomer to that, and it's really easy. And I think after the first week there may be some bumps, but I'm sure we'll get down to it. So let's talk about the weekly tasks here. The number one most important thing, I'm referring here to the written syllabus, is to do the reading. Okay, the reading is set out in Plato books. Well, I'll give you the books to read. Plato's Republic is divided up into 10 books. I'll give you page numbers for Kierkegaard. And, that's really important, to do the reading. Study questions are posted for every reading in the specific learning module. You have to turn in answers to those study questions via email by Wednesday night at 10 p.m. each week. Your answers will not be graded. I will respond to your answers, and I'll tell you what I think of your answers in general. I will not grade them, but I will record whether you're doing them and whether you do them on a weekly basis. And at the end of the session, I will look back on the whole body of your work and assess the effort that you put into it. So I would say, do your best on the study questions. They won't be graded, but you should be putting some effort into them, trying to answer those questions. So again, those will be due at 10 p.m. Wednesday night of each week. Your second weekly assignment is to post a free write. So if you follow the link in the learning module for each week, you'll find that there's a place where you can post a free write. And a free write is just your 250-word, which is about one-page response to the reading. General response to the reading, whatever ideas you have, whatever thoughts occur to you, whatever you have to say about that reading can go into that. It can be as long as you want, but it should be at least 250 words, and you'll see where you can post those, and those need to be posted by Thursday night at 10 p.m. each week. Now, after you've posted your free write each week, and other people have posted theirs, what you should do is start looking through your classmates' free writes, reading them, and it's interesting, and you can definitely learn from those, seeing what your classmates have to say. But by Friday night at 10 p.m., you should post at least one comment on someone else's free write. A comment should be substantive. It can't just be like good post or I like this or something like that. That's nice, but something substantive, something concrete that addresses something specific in what somebody posted. And you can post as many of those comments as you want, but you have to post at least one. So that's that. The fourth weekly requirement is the WIMBA session. Depending on what group you've been placed in, it'll be either Sunday or Monday night from 8 to 8:45. Again, we'll try it the first week. I'm sure we'll have some technical glitches, maybe from my end too. I'm a newcomer too. But I think eventually we'll get into it, and that'll be an online, chat where we can hear each other, talk to each other, in which we'll assess the previous week's reading, what we read up to that point. And I will be using the material from your study question responses and your free writes as the material that we're focused on in there. So you'll see there'll be like a PowerPoint presentation where I'll be quoting from you, and we'll be using that as our starting point for discussion. And I will be asking people, to expand on what they wrote. There will be videos. You'll see for each week there are a number of videos that I've made in this homely, amateur, sloppy format of talking into the camera in my kitchen. I don't like formality. I don't like guys behind podiums and ties looking real stiff. I don't teach that way, and so I didn't want that to be my online teaching thing. So the videos are, you'll watch them or you won't. I would watch them. I would if I were a student. I would watch them. At least, try to watch them. They're meant to help your reading, and as I said before, I felt that since the readings are hard, that you deserve some explanation. So use the video lectures as you wish. Use them to, if they're helping you, watch them. If they're not helping you, I guess don't watch them, but they definitely give an idea of what I'm thinking. Finally, we'll have I'll make another video. I'll just briefly say some things about the midterm, the final essay, the grades, and the reading schedule.